This is not the end of America. It is the end of an era. And it was always going to end like this. For the last century and a half, America has been living a lie. A contradiction between its stated Enlightenment values and the reality of the oligarchic, white supremacist, corporate-controlled state that took root after the Civil War. The Confederacy lost the battlefield, but won the war of governance. And every system we have today is still a continuation of that unfinished conflict. Now, it's collapsing. Trump's regime, Musk's takeover of the Treasury, the full-scale corporate seizure of the government, this isn't the destruction of America as a nation. This is the final unraveling of the illegitimate system that was built on the ruins of radical Reconstruction. And if we understand that, if we recognize this moment for what it is, we can make sure that what comes next is something better. This is not the fall of a nation. This is the end of the chapter where the Confederacy won. And now, we have a choice. Right now, it feels like everything is breaking down. The government is compromised. The courts are captured. The billionaires have stopped pretending they're subject to laws. Every day, we wake up to more news that makes it seem like the America we thought we lived in is vanishing before our eyes. But here's the truth. That America never really existed. Not the way we were told. Not the way we were promised. The country we were taught to believe in, the one founded on Enlightenment values on liberty, justice, and equality, has never actually been realized. The Declaration of Independence spoke of self-evident truths, but it was written by men who owned slaves. The Constitution was drafted as a contract between states, but some of those states' primary goals was to uphold human bondage. And after the Civil War, when we had the chance to correct those contradictions, when we had the opportunity to actually rebuild America in line with its stated ideals, the ruling class, North and South, chose capitalism and white supremacy over justice. The Confederacy was defeated on the battlefield, but it was absorbed into the system. Jim Crow, sharecropping, the rise of the robber barons, the suppression of labor movements, the gutting of Reconstruction, the filibuster, the Southern strategy, the drug war, the Supreme Court's rollback of civil rights. Every system of power in this country, the way wealth is distributed, the way the economy is structured, the way elections are controlled, has roots in that compromise. And now, the weight of those contradictions is too heavy to sustain. The oligarchs have lost faith in democracy. The billionaires have stopped pretending to care about civil society, and the political class is no longer interested in governing, only looting what's left before the collapse. This isn't just late-stage capitalism consuming itself. It's the illegitimate post-Civil War government finally breaking under its own hypocrisy. It was always going to end like this. But the question isn't whether the old system will fall. The question is, what do we do after? Here's something people forget. America is not just the federal government. The United States is 50 states, 3,000 counties, and 330 million people. The federal government may collapse. It may be seized by the oligarchy. It may become a hollowed-out technocratic dictatorship under Musk and Thiel's new monarchy. But the country does not cease to exist because the government is compromised. State governments still function. Local communities still operate. The infrastructure of daily life does not vanish overnight. That's why the ruling class is terrified. Because they know that even if they take the government, they don't control the people. And the people outnumber them 3 million to 1. They can buy every politician, own every corporation, control every media narrative, but they cannot rule without consent. And consent? That's crumbling. People are waking up. People are realizing that the entire system has been a scam, that capitalism was never about freedom, that democracy has been held hostage by a minority of elites for generations, that every institution has been rigged in their favor, and now, in their desperation to cling to power, they're showing their hand. They are not invincible. They are not gods. They are a handful of men who only rule because we let them. And the moment we decide we don't, it's over for them. The old system is dying. That much is clear. But America is not ending. It is waiting to be rebuilt. And the real fight isn't just about surviving Trump or Musk or the corporate coup that's happening right now. It's about what comes after. If we let them dictate the terms of the new system, we get technofeudalism, a world ruled by oligarchs where democracy is a relic, where labor is disposable, where power is concentrated in the hands of those who own the infrastructure of society. But that is not the only option. If we refuse to let this collapse be their opportunity, if we seize it for ourselves, then we have the chance to finally build the America that should have existed all along, an America that actually lives up to its Enlightenment values. An America where power is not hoarded by billionaires, but distributed among the people. An America where technology serves humanity, not profit. In America, where the American experiment isn't just a myth, it's reality. This moment, it's not the end of a nation. It is the end of an empire. And what happens next? That's up to us.